So what do you do when your adjustable strap just can't adjust enough? I'm going to show you how to fix it. I've got a friend going to Vegas. Tell me if you can tell. No, one more time.
Oh my.
I've got a friend going to Vegas. So we've got this cute little bathing suit top. And there's a bunch of adjustable straps on it, which is awesome. However, she needs them to be quite a bit smaller than this across the back. They are adjustable. The problem is they don't adjust far enough. So what do we do about this? This procedure is gonna cover any type of typical bra strap or bathing suit strap adjustable construction. First, let's talk about the anatomy of the strap. So at the back and front, we've got a circle or D-ring that's gonna attach the strap to the garment itself. And typically, the strap is just folded over and sewn down once, easy enough. So let's jump now to the slider. The slider is the really important part here because this is how we actually adjust the strap to make it bigger or smaller. And you see how the excess fabric can then run through this D-ring, and that's how it's able to be adjusted because we have flexible points at either end that allow for that movement. Okay, that's great, but our issue is we really need this to be able to be adjusted even smaller. So let's separate these two pieces so that we can see how the fabric is moving through that slider. You can see the one that I'm holding with both hands is going straight through up over a center bar. The second piece of the strap, after it slides through the D-ring down here, comes up underneath and is sewn to the center bar of the slider. Let's actually take a closer look at the slider itself off of this garment. Here we've got an awesome little selection of different sizes, but generally, as you can see, all roughly the same shape. This is the slider without anything attached to it. Here, when we look at that strap, you can see the main strap coming up through and it's looping over that center bar. That's what I'm talking about there. And then as it comes down through and comes back up, again, we have another piece of the strap, which is actually the end of the strap, also coming up under that bar and then being sewn down to itself. This is where we are going to take the strap apart. Let's go ahead now and carefully lift the stitching that's holding this little strap in place. Now, it's definitely gonna be secure, so it's probably gonna fight us a little bit. But if you just gently get under there, you'll be good to go. Now, as we're seam ripping this, one thing to keep in mind, try really hard not to let this slip through the slider because we don't want to have to refeed that if we can help it. So we'll get just a few of those stitches cut, just like that. Okay, perfect. Now, I am gonna pull the strap through like that, okay? So you can see where my stitching was, just very, very gently right there. And now I'm gonna flip this so that you can see how much smaller I've made the strap already. We haven't cut anything, we haven't sewn anything. But compared to the strap above it, do you see what we've done? This one is still attached right there. But this one is the one that we cut the stitching on, and now we've pulled it through. So we're just going to cut off, I think about 2 inches would be perfect. And again, remember, this strap is still going to be adjustable. Maybe I can even show you without unraveling it. Here, let's do this. See, I can actually adjust it to make it similar to the one above it. All we're gonna do is cut that little bit of extra off. So I'm gonna slide it back, pull it through, And then my grid here will actually tell me what 2 inches is, so I'm gonna hold it down right there. And I'm just gonna snip it. Oh, it's so crazy. Yay. Now with this really standard, very stretchy elastic strap band, the easiest way, I think, to finish that raw edge is just to burn it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna very carefully hold it up and give it a little singe. There's just enough plastic in this because of the high polyester and elastic content that the singe is gonna work really well. Now, this is the last tricky part. You have to sew this little nub to the right one, okay? If you sew it to this guy, let's pin it in place so that you can see. You won't be able to move it. So you'll know if you did it right because you will not be able to move this slider anymore. We want to bring that little guy back and to reattach it to itself. So you see how I can pull this upper strap away and this one is all that remains below? That is what you are reattaching. And we actually don't want that much of a tail. You see how much tail there is there? I would like a little bit less, and so I'm gonna gently pull through, but don't unthread it. And then I'm gonna put a pin straight through that, right there. And we are gonna go put one little stitch on that one little spot on the machine. So here again, over at the sewing machine, we are just gonna put a little stitch right through this end and this strap, and that is it. Push everything else out of the way. The other thing I'm gonna do is kind of mimic a bar tack by turning my stitch length way down low, almost to a 1. I want the stitches to be really close and really tiny so that we get a really nice, strong stitch here. And you may end up wanting to put a thinner foot on the machine, like maybe a zipper foot to do this, or a narrow foot, but it looks like I've just got enough room that I can do this. And I'm gonna go back and forth like a lot. Yay, yay, yay. Oh my gosh, so much fun. Okay, I'm gonna clip these threads and let's go test it over at the table. This is actually the perfect garment to show you this procedure on. See, you can see our original strap here that has not yet been adjusted. The slider is all the way to the right, but it's still not tight enough. This one up here is the one that we did just adjust. So look at how these are even now, or they're set evenly based on their adjusters. But because we removed this little chunk on the inside, we now can have it set so that, look at all this room we've got. We can actually adjust it this far and make it this much tighter than this strap. You can see the difference. How cool is that? And it looks exactly the same. You don't need any special equipment, no special thread, no special anything. It is just one little stitch. Why do I love this procedure? Because this is the most common strap construction on the face of the earth. Bras, swimsuits, dresses, you name it. It's gonna have some sort of setup that's identical to this. So you now have the power to adjust every strap you've ever worn, basically. So you're welcome. Leave me comments, questions, definitely ask me questions. I think this one's pretty straightforward, but if it's not, I definitely wanna know about it. And like, subscribe, ask me about other straps that are more complicated, and I'll see you soon.